Well, hey fans, welcome back to another Tribeca review, and today we're talking about Daddio. So Daddio is a drama film written and directed by Christy Hall, starring Dakota Johnson and Sean Penn. And it follows this young woman who just landed at JFK Airport. She takes a taxi to her apartment, and the entire film is just her having a conversation with her taxi driver. You know, they talk about life, love, power struggles, and stuff like that. And I have to say, it's a very solid film. It's not for everybody. It's definitely not for everybody, considering I connected this movie very much to the movie Phone Booth, even though those are two totally separate movies. The fact that it takes place in a car, one solid place, like how Phone Booth just took place in a phone booth, that's how I connected these films. And it is very well acted and very well shot for just a few angles that the director is getting, and I think that Dakota Johnson and Sean Penn really do play off of each other well. Sean Penn's character, I believe his name is Clark. He gives a few names throughout the movie, and it's kind of jokingly, but you can't really tell if he's serious. But he's definitely like an elder statesman. He knows the world. He knows that being a taxi driver is a dying business, especially when you got these Ubers and Lyfts, and he actually talks about that and how like eventually his job will be obsolete, and eventually the Uber driver jobs will be obsolete, and how robots will be doing everything. He definitely knows the world, and he knows people in his line of work, and he basically kind of dismantles exactly what's going on in her life just from her body movements, noticing how she's texting somebody all the time and just how she's speaking to him. And I really just enjoy that aspect about him. And flipping to the other side, Dakota Johnson's character, and I don't quite remember her name, but you can feel that she's just in a weird place in her life. She mentions her sister and how they don't really have the best relationship, but she still kind of enjoys spending time with her just because it's her sister. She's dating this guy who is someone who she feels that she loves, but she cannot be with him. He is married to another woman, he has kids or whatever, and she's just trying to reconcile that relationship with if it's something that she really wants at this point in her life. And there's just things that I won't say that will quite make a viewer uncomfortable, but might make a woman uncomfortable. The fact that he's texting her all these times, trying to get her to do these things, and she's clearly trying to play it off and is like, ha ha ha, don't do this, or ha ha ha, you're funny. He just keeps kind of like hounding her. And I think that the fact that the director put that in there just kind of make a point of how women are kind of forced into like sending pictures or doing stuff of that nature. So I thought that that was just a poignant fact to put in the film. I really enjoyed the sound. The sound is good. The cinematography is good. Like I said, there's not a lot of angles, but they make good use of what they do. And I think I would consider this a nice, quiet film. A nice film that you can just kind of pop on. You can kind of watch it in the background and focus in when the conversation gets kind of heavy. It's not like anything that's going to change the world, but it clearly was made on the cheap, and this is something you can put out in theaters, make a few bucks back. Once it hits streaming, make a little bit more money, and you've given a director the chance to experiment and make something that they really wanted to make, and you didn't have to break the bank to do it. And that's what more studios should do. You should give directors these little chances with a smaller budget. And who knows, if this movie did catch on, I don't think it will, but if it did catch on, they can make a lot of money. They can really make a lot of money. Like if this movie, and again, I'm not sure exactly what the budget is, but if it were to make like 50 million, the studio would be very happy. But yeah, it's just a nice, quaint film about life and about just two people having a decent conversation with each other in a world where a lot of people have smartphones and don't really look each other in the eye and talk to each other. This is a nice bit of change. In terms of a score, I'm gonna give Daddio a solid 6.3 out of 10. I'd like to thank you guys again for joining me for this movie review. Remember, you can watch the full review on YouTube and the website, flipfrogllc.com/flixfrog. Remember, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Reddit. And please, pretty please, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll be seeing you.